but quit making presents for people who suck. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Taylor and today is a crochet and chat. I got some things on my mind this holiday season and I want to share them with you today. If you love to sit and chat and maybe talk a little shit, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And let's just hop in. Oh yeah, grab your project too. Today I am working on my sweater for my boyfriend for Christmas. I want to give you a little bit of tough love today in this video, and it's something that I need to hear as well, so don't take it too personally, but quit making presents for people who suck. Quit wasting your time making presents for people who do not appreciate you, your work, or anything for that matter. If you are a crafty or creative person, which I assume you are since you're watching this channel, hello, hi, I'm not always so heated. But today I just kind of got a fire under my butt and I was just like, you know what? I'm mad at myself for giving up so much of my time to people who do not appreciate it. So the reason why I have kind of felt this way recently is because I've been making some new friends and they have been wonderful, and when I have seen them recently, I'm kind of the person, I like to give gifts, and so like I saw some friends around Thanksgiving and I had crocheted this pumpkin and I gave it to her, and when I tell you, she was so like thankful and happy and just like, oh my god, I can't believe you made this, I can't believe you're giving it to me, thank you so much. And that reminded me how good it feels to make things for people, because in the past, I have made things for some people in my life who were so ungrateful, and I'm a little worried about, you know, this holiday season with things that I plan on making, and I'm just like, why do I do this to myself? There's no reason to be doing this, and unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I've already kind of put my head into it for this year, but I'm also going to let this serve as a reminder for next year that, like, oh yeah, I know who has been appreciative and who hasn't. And for example, my boyfriend, I'm sure people are like, the sweater curse. I don't know if I believe the sweater curse exists anymore. The reason why it exists is because y'all are in relationships that you don't actually want to be in, and then you're afraid to make something for someone who you know is not going to be appreciative of it. And listen, when I say you, I was in that situation too. My ex was a POS, and I would have never made anything for him, even though he asked me all the time, like, oh, can you make a blanket for me? Can you make a blanket for me? No. And I never did, because I knew that he was not worth my time and energy. And you know what? That is a huge litmus test. Everyone's like, the orange test, the bird test, the da-da-da-da. If you are a crafty person, think about whether or not you would actually want to make something for that person. Oh my god, I'm really spicy today. I need to calm down. So for real, I have a hexagon cardigan that I don't wear super often that my boyfriend was like, oh, I would love to have more cardigans. And I was like, oh, hey, like, why don't you wear one of these ones while you game and then you can stay warm? And he was like, I love this so much. And he wears it all the time now. And I was kind of telling him like, oh yeah, I made this for this person, and that kind of, like, they never wear it and it kind of hurts my feelings. Like, I put a lot of time and effort into that. And he was like, if you made me something, I would wear it all the time. And so that's why I'm making us matching sweaters for Christmas. And let's not put too much blame on the people we are giving these gifts to, because we as crafters need to take more responsibility in that, like, we don't need to make things for people. We do not owe anybody our time, and if we do that and someone's not appreciative, like, yes, that's frustrating. But also, at least for me, I'm always mad at myself that I put that time and energy into it and then, you know, it felt like for naught. I hope that makes sense. I feel like that was a lot all at once. I just really came out swinging. Clearly, I have a bone to pick. I have a hard time with the holiday seasons because I feel like as a creative person, there is a sort of obligation to make people things, because throughout the year people will be like, oh, can you make this for me? Can you make that for me? And for myself, I'm really bad at saying no. I'm very bad at saying no. Now that we're coming into the holiday season and I'm like, oh, you know, it would be better for me to make gifts because it costs less money. Well, sure, it costs less money, but what about time? I guess like this is really a rant about another rant about consumer culture versus creatives. I feel like this is a really nuanced conversation that I'm trying to have here, and my thoughts are all over the place. Hope that that's okay with you guys. I know that there's been a lot of conversations around like, oh, Christmas is canceled this year, I'm not buying people gifts, I don't want people to give me gifts, and I think that that is really interesting. Not in a bad way. I like that concept a lot because, you know, times are tough, and a lot of times, I mean, unless somebody is very intentional with giving gifts and they give you things exactly what you want, I think that in general, we as a society go very overboard on gifts, and most of the time it's not things that people want, and then it just ends up at the thrift store or it ends up being thrown in the trash, and that's obviously not good for our planet. I think that as a whole, we could all scale down our Christmases a little bit more. And I guess I don't know what your Christmas looks like at home. I only know like what mine looks like. Within my immediate family, we've done a really good job of scaling things back. We've always had more modest Christmases though. Like my family, we do a lot of activities, or at least like when I was in high school, like I did a lot of activities. I was a cheerleader, I was in marching band, I was in the musical. So like there's a lot of money that goes into those like activity fees. And so my parents were always like, we want to give you gifts and give you guys a good Christmas, but we can't, you know, we're not going to pull out all the stops for this because throughout all of the rest of the year, we invest in you guys in these ways. And that was always something that me and my siblings knew. And that's never, so like it's never really been a thing where, you know, at Christmas we're like, we wish we had gotten more gifts, because like I said, our parents invest in us in other ways. And one thing that I do kind of have a problem with is when people are like, oh, gift giving is my love language, and then they get people a bunch of things that these people haven't said that they wanted. So how is your love language gift giving when you don't give intentional gifts? Because to me, that sounds like you just want to spend money and then offload things onto other people. I think that if you, like, my love language is gift giving, I guess, or like one of my big ones, because that's something that like has always been a part of my life. I love giving gifts. And so to me, an intentional gift, for example, I have some friends that play Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm having a white elephant party this weekend, and I had made these dragon egg dice bags, and I knew I wanted them to get them. But I was like, you know what, I know that I made these intentionally with these people in mind. They might not end up getting them. Plus, it's not as palatable for everyone that is going to be there. How about I just give them to them as early Christmas gifts? And to me, that made more sense. And it's like, oh, I was like, I don't know if this kind of goes with your campaign or, you know, what kind of dice you guys have, but I just thought that this would be really, like, fun. And they were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You know, it felt good. That felt like a nice, intentional gift. Or, like, even just something off of somebody's Amazon list. Like, they put that on there for a reason. And obviously, we try to shop small, we try to do this, we try to do that. Sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do. I'm also trying to get Christmas decor for the first time. I am not versed in Christmas decor at all. I've mentioned more than once on this channel, I've moved every single year for the past 10 years, hoping to be in this place for longer than just a year. And I have never really accumulated Christmas decor, ever. And as a part of kind of my underconsumption journey, I always kind of opted out of holiday decor. I was watching a YouTube video many years ago, and they were like, you don't have to buy holiday decor. You don't have to change your home with the seasons. And I was like, that was like so profound to me. Not that in my like nuclear family home we did that super often, but I don't know. I had never really thought about it that way before. And so actually this year, for the first time, I have a Christmas tree. I have a friend who gave me her and her husband's old tree because they were able to upgrade their tree this year. And it's perfect for our space. It's a little 4-foot tree, and I love it so dearly. It fits perfectly on top of one of our bookshelves so that the cats can't climb in it. And it came, you know, pre-strung with lights, which also game changer. I love it so much. Now we're having this party, and Chad was kind of like, oh, you know, it'd be nice to have a few, just like a few things like holiday decor. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to buy new holiday decor because I really don't understand a lot of what's going on in like TJ Maxx, Home Goods, those stores. But I did just buy a table runner secondhand for $2.99, and it's actually from Pier 1, and it kind of gives that Ralph Lauren Christmas, which is kind of what I like. I like the traditional Christmas with like the dark reds and dark greens. That's just like my style in general, but I've never been able to style for Christmas. So we're going to the thrift store after work today. I just hope we find what we're looking for. I'd just be stressed about the holiday season. Oh my god, I don't know how this video is going to come off. And I'm sure that because of attention spans, some people are already going to be signed off. I hope that the way I come off, I know that I'm like in this mood. I don't know why I just like sat down and just started spewing fire. I did not anticipate that. I think I have a hard time too when it comes to the internet. I always want to like spread love and all this stuff, but I think I just wanted to give a little bit of my unfiltered emotions on things. At the end of the day, you know, do what you want. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a reminder that you don't owe anybody like your skills or your time or your energy or the love that you put into your creative pieces. Because as someone who feels like they should be doing a lot of creative endeavors for the holidays, and you know, I decided to take those on myself. It's always this like self-inflicted thing. I didn't realize the holidays were going to like overwhelm me so much this year. When I'm filming this, it is December 9th. My head is so full of all the things that I need to make and need to do. And we're having this party this weekend, and I like want to do all these things. I feel like I've never felt this sort of holiday stress before. I think it's because last year it was just me and I was still new to Minnesota, and my really only plans were nuclear family, extended, you know, grandparents. That was it. You know, I didn't have to think about all of these things. You know, I have friends. I don't know, it wasn't the same. But at the same time, I like wanted to be more social. I wanted these things. So I think I'm just not used to it. I'm really not used to having like all of these extra things going on during this season. And that is an attest to how much my life has changed since moving back home. I do, on the whole, consider it a good thing. I'm still getting used to things, but I do think that after the first of the year, like when we get into 2026, things are definitely going to slow down. You know, speech is ramping up. I have students that we're getting speeches written and we're getting everything good to go. I'm really, really excited for this season. I feel so much more prepared. I feel so much happier, and I feel well equipped going into this season. I think last year I just was like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on, and I'm really overwhelmed, and this is like the most responsibility I've ever taken on. Doing my day job, I don't work with like a team of people. Like there's nobody under me, right? It's basically just like me and my boss, and we're the marketing team. When I took on the coaching position, it was like me and then all of these students who are looking to me for answers, and I'm like, I want to have answers, and I didn't at the time. Now I do have answers, and I have advice, and I have thoughts, and more like opinions and good things, and it's just all around better. So I'm very excited and happy about that. Thank you so much for listening to this rant. Oh my gosh, I hope that it didn't come off too jaded or angry. I promise the next video will be a little bit happier. If you like real talks, a little bit of tough love, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. Not every video is like this, I promise. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.